Hey guys, this is my weekly report for November 2nd. And I think, right now, this coming Saturday is the opening day of crab season. So check out your reels. You have to use the nets. So you have to use the nets because there's a lot of whales out there. But it looks like it's going to be a good season, and hopefully that it's going to be stay calm. But other than that, crab season's here. So commercial season's delayed until December 1st. So that's going to give you a lot of time to get out there and go get your crabs before they go in there and kind of clean them out. Other things going on, the bluefin tuna fishing is off the hook. I mean, if you want to catch a bluefin, you need to go right now. So they're catching them out of Half Moon Bay. They're only going out like maybe 10 miles. Bodega Bay, Bub, my nephew, went out this last weekend. They got one about 125. He went out the next day and got one around 150. And they're going about 25 miles. Fort Bragg, I got a buddy up there. He came in the shop, told me that they're like 2 miles out. So they're really close over there. And then he said that the last report he heard was they're about 10 to 12 miles out. So if you want to get a bluefin, right now is the time to go get one. You got to troll them Mad Maxes. A lot of the guys are trolling the bigger ones now, the 240s. They're setting it back anywhere between 100 yards to 150, 175 yards behind the boat. They're going anywhere from 12 to 17 knots. They're seeing a lot of activity out there as far as whales and birds diving everywhere. And the guys are making by having that much line behind the boat, you got to make big loops. And they're actually catching them. And if you're making a loop, your lure is going to be dropping down further than if you're going straight. So pay attention, and if you're catching them when you're making a circle, then you need to make more circles. Other things going on, halibut's still good. I heard Tamales they're catching them, but I know they're still getting them in San Francisco Bay, and I'm sure North Bar, in time's right. I think a lot of people are just getting tired of catching them because the season's been going on for like 4 or 5 months already. So other than that, there's some stripers still being caught. I see nice quality fish in the bay being caught on anchovies on the rock piles. I think the bait receiver's still open, but you might want to call and check and make sure. But they're catching a lot of stripers. They're catching them on the beach over there, Pacifica, and around the corner outside the gate. They're also catching them, so they're making their way inside. And they'll go into the bay for a little while, and then they'll start heading up into the delta, which they'll spend usually the whole winter. So usually around Thanksgiving is when I start concentrating them, but they're still catching them right now. They're spread out everywhere in the system. But around Thanksgiving and the weather cools off, like the weather we've had, the water temperature in the delta, I'm out here actually yesterday, and the water temperature is 58 degrees, and it's 12 o'clock and it's still 58 degrees. So the water's cooling. So the time is coming. It'll be here right around the corner. So, those stripers will start making their way into the delta. So other than that, they're still catching a lot of sturgeon. I heard good reports of a lot of fish being caught. Fishing Game came out with their new rules. So, they're going to let this year play out because, you already purchased your sturgeon cards. So, you're allowed 3 this year. So coming up this following year, there's going to be some closures of the river. So you got to make sure you look and see when it's closed. And you're going to be allowed 1 sturgeon. And they're going to change the slot. The slot limit's going to be from the inside of the fork to the nose, 40 to 48 inches. So remember, 40 to 48 inches in 2024. So other than that, we're going to come in a little further, and steelhead, I think it's over now. It'll be closed now. The American River is probably closed until the 1st of January. The trout fishing, I know Big Nate's still catching them at Comanche and at Berryessa. And he's trolling those Optima minnows and speedy shiners at probably around 3.5 miles an hour. You go pretty fast when you're trolling them. Berryessa, I think that lake's should be turning over here real quick. The way of weather we're having, if we get a little rain and it stays cool like this, it should turn over. And I'll be up there chasing those landlocked kings with, gitzits. You can refer to the video I made, a little while back, and I show you how to cure the bait, hook the gitsit up, and go find those kings. It's a blast. When that lake turns over, it's a kick in the butt. So other than that, crappie fishing. I'll tell you, as this weather cools, the crappie fishing is starting to pick up really well. We went down the Delta this week, and Denise and Warren and I, we probably had 75 to 100 fish a day. We smacked the crappie. There'll be a video coming out pretty quick because I showed how I located trees with my side imaging, and then I actually marked the spot, go back, and then put the live down, and you would actually see the little jig drop down and the crappie just zoom over, and it'd probably be like a 2-second delay, and then you would have fish on. But I located a tree that was probably about 50 feet long, saw it on the live scope, and then positioned the boat in the right place, and every cast, when you let it down, you get one. And they were bigger in your hand, and the biggest one is probably, around maybe half, 3/4 of a pound. But they'll get bigger as we get into the winter. The bass bites have been crazy off the hook. I'm chasing these northern bass, and when that water temperature gets in the 50s, they start feeding. Today, on Wednesday, we were out and we caught some nice bass. We caught them on blades, we caught them square bills, I caught them flipping. We probably had close to a 19 to 20 pound bag today. So a lot of good fish in the system. The bass bite's been really good down here in the Delta. So, you need to get out here and try it. So other things, I think crappie, kokanee's done, trout. I don't know what else there is. Last week was the last day of deer season, and I shot my buck. I shot about a 20-inch 3x2 on a buddy of mine's ranch. It was a nice sized blacktail buck, but deer season's over. Turkey season's coming up. There's tons of turkeys, and I'll be shooting one with my PCP. So that PCP, like when you're turkey hunting with a shotgun, they have to be within 30 to 50 yards max. With a PCP, I could take them out 100 to 150 yards. So, it's legal in California to use these pellet guns for turkeys and varmints. So that's coming up soon. I think around Thanksgiving, the turkey season will be opening. But other than that, if you guys are heading out and fishing on Saturday morning at 6:40, tune in on AM dial on 1140. I'm on the California Sportsman Show every Saturday, and I give the latest reports. If you like this video, hit the like, and please subscribe because you'll help me a lot. And if you want to leave me a comment, just check that box on the bottom, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Another thing going on is, I keep telling you guys I'm going to retire at the end of the year, and I'm going to be opening up a consultant business. So if you have any problems with electronics or anything like that, I'll be available to go on your boat, or if you want to go out and see how live works, you can come out on mine or whatever. And then also I'll be consulting on fishing also. So showing you how I tune my baits, what rods and reels I use. I'm chasing certain baits, because all these little things that you put together will help you catch more fish. So anyway, watch out for that first of the year. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.